hear me now? Yes, no. All right. Why am I not seeing your comments popping up in real time? All right. Thank you, Lala. All right. Perfect. So you guys can hear and see me. Thank you, Shana. Thank you, Swiss. All right. Yay. All right. Awesome. So I am excited because today we are going to be talking about building and tracking your passive income. Uh, oh, yeah, that might help too, right? You should be able to still see me and see the screen too. Let's see. You can only hear me and not see me. That's weird. Hmm. Okay, well, at least you can see the screen. So you're supposed to be able to see me and the screen. But all right, awesome. All right, so let's just go ahead and get started, and then we'll figure that out later as far as being able to see both. All right. So first things first, how many of you were in the last live stream that I did on last Monday? And you guys were excited about the 6 AI agents and all of that. How many of you were here? Thank you, Celeste. Yes, I see that. All right. Well, first of all, let's just kind of start with the basics. Yes, I see. Thank you, Shauna. Thank you, Liz. All right. Who can tell me what passive income is in the first place? I think a lot of times people have a misconception as to what passive income is. Thank you. I'm sending you text messages too. So I need a volunteer. Who can tell me what passive income is? Not what we hope it'll be, but what is it actually? Thank you, Bonnie. All right. Lala says money that you can make in your sleep. Okay. Uh, we'll put it up here so you guys can see. She said money that you can make in your sleep. Shauna says buying an apartment, uh, getting the rental payment as income, putting it into an IUL. It's all great, but it's what is actually passive income? Okay, she says income that flows consistently. Okay, so we have money that you make in your sleep and income that flows consistently. I mean, but can't you have a job and it be income that flows consistently? Lala says it's when you're not actually working, but money is coming in. Okay, so let me switch this around. And then Bonnie says money you don't have to work for. Liz says income earned with little attendance. Eunice says the income that does not require your full time attention, but it must be monitored. Okay. Uh, Shauna says it's an investment. All right. So that's where you're trying to write something in there because all I see is can. All right. So we have a bunch of things in here. Money that you make in your sleep. All right. So does it just happen that way where you just have money coming in that you can just make while you're sleeping? Or do you have to actually do something to set it up first? Does it start out passive? All right. Shauna says, okay, income that flows consistently. Do you just get sleep money out of nowhere? Or do you actually have to do something to create that flow first before it becomes passive? It says it's not a full-time job. All right, set it up first. You have to set it up and manage it. All right. So essentially, you're saying that it does not start out as passive, but you set it up first, and then once you structure it, then it becomes passive. So even after you set it up, depending on the type of passive income stream it is, do you have to do anything else after that? Yes, no, or you just sleep and it just comes in. Let's see who said that. I think it was Lala. Okay. Sorry, your comments are like coming in little by little. All right. So Lala says you have to maintain it. They say you have to maintain it. Uh, Having trouble hearing you. Collect the money and invest it. Okay. Collect the money from where though? Where, Bonnie? So are you saying that you have to have money first before you can and invest in something and then create a passive income stream? Yes, no. All right, Lala says, so you're trying to give me like the book definition of it. She says passive income is money earned with little to no continuous daily effort, typically requiring upfront investment of money, time, or skills. All right. Uh, all right. Eunice says, no, you don't necessarily have to use your money. You can use other people's money, which is true. All right. So, as it stands right now, for those of you who, I don't know, you don't have to be in generals equipped, but just in general, how many streams of income, passive income, do you currently have? Some of you should already have some. How many streams of income or passive income do you currently have? 4. Okay, that's good. Okay, are you saying streams of income or just streams of passive income? So clarify in the chat. How many streams of income and then how many streams of passive income? All right. Eunice says 4. Eunice, are those all streams of passive income? And what are they? Okay. Bonnie says none. Okay, so Eunice, how many streams of income do you have? And then how many of those streams are passive? That's a good point. All right, so Bonnie says 2 streams of income, no streams of passive income. All right. Shauna says, what is the question? The question is how many streams of income do you have? And then how many of those streams are passive? Clarify in the chat. Okay, 1 stream of income, none passive. All right. 1 stream of income, no passive. 4 streams of income, 2 passive. Okay. All right. Go ahead, Lala. All right. And then Liz says, no active passive income right now. I'm building towards at least 3. And it says, not yet. Been studying your GE programs. All right. Eunice, you're not in Generals Equip yet, though, right? I don't think I've seen you. I know you've been on the live streams a couple of times, but I don't think you joined yet. All right, so let's pull up this one here, and I'm gonna take the comments off the screen so you guys can see it. But good job, Lala, on having what did she say? Uh, 4 streams of income and then 2 of them passive. Do you mind telling us what your streams of income are and the passive incomes streams? Uh, did you're hustling and working in church, very little and no passive income. All right. Do you have any other streams of income? Period. All right, let me get back up so I can take this comment off the screen. All right. So for those of you who have, let's see, let's go and pull up an example here. So Bonnie said she has 2 streams of income and no streams of passive income. So Bonnie, what do you need to do next then? How do you turn the streams of income that you currently have from active income into passive income? And then whoever else said they had, let me go back up here, 1 stream of income and 0 streams of passive income. Okay, how do you convert active income into passive income? All right, Lala says, all right, okay, so she's giving us hers. So she has income from a regular job, she has rental income, which are her 2 that she has under just regular income, and then she has stocks and business partnerships, which are passive. All right, Shauna answered the question. She says, how you turn active income into passive income is by investing. Investing in what? Lala said she had 3 rental properties. All right. Bonnie says, find something that I'm interested in and invest in it. All right. Is anything that you're interested in going to give you passive income? Be specific. All right. Shauna says, stocks, IUL, rental properties. Liz says, investing into mortgage notes, writing books. Okay. All right. Pension, Social Security. Uh, okay. Eunice says husband does not give her allowance to invest. She says husband doesn't give me any allowance to invest. Also, my inheritance is not being paid yet for me. Okay. But I am preparing myself. All right. So I'm going to go to the next page. I'm going to just go down to the next one. I don't know if you guys can see it yet. Give me a second. I got to set it up so I can see both you guys in this. Let me know if you can still see the screen. All right. So as it stands right now, why do you think a lot of people have income, but it's not passive? And what's the number one source of income that most people have? All right. Shauna says ignorance. Um, it says lack of knowledge. Is it just that? I mean, isn't it just what we're taught to do? And what are the sources of income that most people have? All right. Shauna says employment. All right. Employment. Um, I mean, there was Social Security in here. Was that an answer, Shauna? I don't know. Is programming an answer? Lala says 9 to 5. All right. Why do most people just go to that source? The 9 to 5 or the employment. Is it because it's easier? Lady, I don't want to mess up your name, but haven't found passive income yet. Okay, so she says she knows about passive income, but just hasn't found passive income that has been successful for me. I'm curious, what have you tried? What other type of passive income did you try that was not successful? Lala says most people just do a job because that's what they're programmed to do. All right. And that's what we're taught. And we go to college, we get a job. Okay. Liz says it's a mindset and taught otherwise. The opportunities not given any direction. Okay. Do you think that if you had focused on taking the income that you have coming in now from the time you started working and started converting it and investing in things that would give you passive income, would you still be working by now? Let's say if you started from the first job that you got, would you still be working right now? All right. Lala says, nope. All right. Shauna says, absolutely not. Okay, it is. Uh, she says, all of those $10,000 tax returns. What did you do with those, Shauna? You didn't turn it into passive income? All right. Celeste says, have two sources of income. One of them is being built, two passive. And to answer your question, some people use scholarships for their income too. I mean, the scholarships, okay. What do you mean scholarships? Like for school? All right. So you pay bills with those $10,000 tax returns. Are you sure that's all you did with it? You didn't splurge a little bit? All right. So let's keep going. So you guys pretty much have covered, um, yes, and other things. Thank you for your honesty. What type of other things? And then for some of you who have been working, how many years have you been working? Okay, for those of you who put in here that you have earned income through employment, how many years have you been working? Let's put that in the chat. Oh, wow. Some of it went to alcohol. Oh, literally down the drain. Okay. Thanks for your honesty. All right. So you've been working since you were 21. So how many years is that? I'm trying to tell you, put your age on blast, but how many years have you been working? Put it in the chat. And then about how much have you been making annually all of those years? Okay, 33 years. Too long. Okay. Over 20 years of employment. Said, had I known by now I'd be a multimillionaire, she says. All right, been working 35 years, 32 years. Shauna says, slap herself. Okay. All right. All right. And out of all of those years, I want you to see the years that you put in here. You've been working 45 years. Okay. And about how much have you been making annually all of those years that you've been working? I want you to calculate that. And let's see how much money you've made so far. All right. 7 years, $24,000 yearly. Okay. 50K to 250K. Wow. All right, so let's calculate that. I need you to look at how many years you've been working, about how much you've been making a year. Okay, over $1 million. Wow. Okay. And that's probably going to be true for most people if you've been working over 30 years. All right, everyone else that put 45 years of working, Bonnie, how much have you made so far? Okay, over a million, over a million, over a million. All right. Wow. 90,000 a year annually. All right. Man, so if you were putting that into some passive income opportunities, do you think you could be retired by now? Well, Bonnie, aren't you already retired? I thought you were retired. Yes. Yes. All right. That's a lot of years. A lot of years. All right. And then for those of you, Nick, you said you've been working 32 years. How many more years do you plan on working before you retire? 33, over 20. How many more years do you plan on working before you retire? Yep, Shauna said made over 600,000 in income, and that I was able to calculate since I was 17. She says over 29 years. Shoot, I could have been retired on the beach in Bora Bora. All right, all right. You were forced into retirement because of an injury. Okay, all right. So most of you guys already named, a lot of the different um, passive income things that you could have done. But what are some of the things that you could have invested in so that you would be retired by now? And I'll give you a hint. Some of them are on the screen. That's almost retired, but I'm working for at Kingdom. All right. What's almost retired? Are you like a year away, 2 years away? All right. Shauna says she could have invested in mortgage notes. All right. Nick says real estate. Says books. All right. Samaj says been working 20 plus years. All right. What else do you see on the screen? Okay. Businesses. All right. Royalties. Somebody said AI businesses, rental properties, Airbnb. All right. Investments that pay out dividends. Okay. Digital products. All right. Quantitative trading. Okay. Quant trading. Yes. Yep. Or algorithmic trading, whichever one. Yep. Same thing. All right. Land, property. Really? Well, I guess you could if you were renting the land. Maybe you had a trailer on it or something. All right. Consulting services. Would that be passive though, Liz? All right. She says property, intellectual property, ebooks. Yeah, definitely passive. Digital products, definitely passive. Real estate. Well, would your consulting services be passive, Liz? Is that in the passive income category? All right. That's interesting how you said that so much. Well, it could be though. It depends on, I don't know, like what type of consulting you're doing, right? But for the most part, it's probably not going to be passive. All right. So why did I ask you guys how much money you've made so far and how much money that you have coming in? Right? If you don't measure it, you can't plan with it. I think a lot of times when you look at all the money that you've made over those, I don't know, 20 years, 33 years, some of you 45 years, can you tell me where it all went to? Like, what do you have to show for it right now? And all of the years that you worked, where did all that money go? Somebody said they made over $1 million. Another one said over $600,000. So you told me you went to work and all your money went into someone else's pocket? What? All right. She said mostly bills and debt. Did you say dry places? Where's that at? What? All right. She says felt like holes in your pocket. So you can't tell me where all that money went? Nick says mostly bills. Lived prior as a consumer of goods and debts from college. Okay, where did the $600,000 go? Where did that $1 million go? Over $1 million. Some of you have made bad investments, poor decisions. Said it went into a black hole. All right. You said I bought and sold homes. Okay, so what do you have? Did you make some profit from that? Buying and selling those homes? Bonnie? Nick said it went in the wind. Did you guys even realize that you made that much? Have you actually sat down and calculated it until now? Okay, Bonnie says it went to bills. Okay, well, now that you know, you can make different decisions, though, right? Shauna says never thought of it. All right. Can we just hit rewind? That would be so nice if we could just hit rewind. You can't hit rewind, but you can start from where you are right now, though, right? All right, so you guys can see the screen where it says if you don't measure it, you can't grow it, right? Which is the reason why you're able to do that, be able to see all of the income that you have coming in the GE Private Wealth operating system. So those of you that are in General's Eclipse, you're using that, so you're actually able to see every penny that's coming in so that you can intelligently deploy it. All right, so Olivia in Dallas says she bought a house and a car, and now so far she's received 15K in credit card debt. Okay, so you made all that money, but yet we're in the negative. Okay, so she says, Liz, that's so funny. Bonnie says, did not invest the. Okay, so you did buy and sell the houses, but you didn't invest the profits wisely. Okay, so essentially, you don't have anything to show for those transactions right now. All right. Yes, 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 Shauna. So, can you guys see the screen? And I will show you guys the platform. I'll log in and show you guys it here in a second. Uh, she says now that we are here talking about it, it's just so crazy. Wow. She said I made a small bank. Yeah. essentially you have, and you've had a lot come through your hands. All right, so let me actually switch over so you guys can actually see the command center in action. Let me share this for you. I'm gonna move it over here to the side. And for those of you who are in Generals Equipped versus those that are not, what passive income stream were you thinking about investing in? Put it in the chat. Move this over here. Or what passive income stream or streams, plural, were you thinking about investing in? And what are you going to do differently this time to make sure that the money that's coming in does not go to the different places that you guys said it went before, right? To alcohol, I don't know, down the drain, splurging. All right. What are we going to do differently this time? Okay, that's good, Shauna. All right. She said she might do some digital products. Well, you know what you can do for the one that went to alcohol, right? You just don't buy any more of that. Yes. So let me share the screen. Not be impulsive with decisions. Okay. But realistically speaking, though, most people do want better, right? And I mean, you can plan. You can say, okay, this year I'm going to invest, I don't know, 25% of what came in or what I made for my job in some passive income opportunities. And even if you did say that, how many people actually follow through with it? Have you guys ever made a resolution to do something this year? I'm going to do this year, I'm going to do that. And it never happened. Yep. Yep. Why is that though? That's good. Lala says she wants to invest in mortgage notes, books, business. Nick says mortgage notes, Airbnbs. Yeah, it's coming in a little delayed. All right, that's really good, Shauna. She says no, she had weight loss resolutions and it didn't happen. Invest in XRP. Okay. All right, encouraged. She says, I'm encouraged and I have accountability here and guidance that's super encouraging. And I'm not alone. What do you mean by here, Liz? What do you mean by here? Uh, Ashley says, I'm not understanding what you're saying. She says, finance officer, strategist. Okay. Are those your streams of passive income? Is that what you're putting in here? Letters now that means something that I don't know. Y'all have your own inner circle communication going on here. She says I'm here, honey. And next step. All right. So you guys have accountability partners in Generals Equip, right? Well, some of you do. All right. So you don't drop the ball on your goals. Yeah, Shauna. All right. I'm trying to make sure I have the right screen up here. All right. And then for those of you who listed, let me go back up here and see. Um, you said you are wanting to do mortgage notes. Okay, I see Airbnb, apartment buildings, and mortgage notes and Airbnbs, books and businesses. What is your goal for that? Like, how much money do you actually want to bring in passively from those different things that you guys just wrote in the chat? Like, how much do you actually need to retire? Okay, she said she traveled to South Korea, Malta, Hawaii. Oh, that's what you did with the money. Okay, so you traveled to South Korea, Malta, Rome, Paris, Frankfurt, Hawaii, New York City, Belize, Cancun, Cozumel, Australia, Philippines. Okay, so that's good. All right. So her money went to travel. All right. Yes, that is awesome. That is awesome. So now I need to see your goals in the chat. For those of you who put the different passive income opportunities you're looking to invest in, how much money, how much passive income are you trying to create with that? Put that in the chat. How much do you need to retire? Wow, that's really good. Let's see the numbers in the chat. All right, 30,000. Is that a month in passive income? Is that a year in passive income? Okay, Nick says he needs 50K a month. Okay. 5,200 a month for mortgage notes, and then you need at least 500K to retire. Okay, 20K a month. Lala needs a couple of million to continue traveling. Okay. All right. 5,200 a month to start. All right. Lady Spin, oh, I'm going to mess up your name. 50K to 84K a month in passive income to retire. Okay. All right. This is good. All the goals are good. And then we're going to backtrack to what we actually have coming in a second. 10K plus a month. All right. And that's how much you need to retire. Exactly. That's right, Liz. You are speaking it. All right. Bonnie says, I want to earn enough for my month, so it would need to be a million. Okay, but do you have to earn that though, Bonnie? Are you talking about from the passive income or I'm talking about from your business and your nonprofit together. All right. Well, I'm gonna take myself off the screen so you guys can see the. So she says, I want to earn enough for my endowment fund. So, okay. Okay, so you're in general's eclipse, obviously. And Liz, was that 30K a month or a year? Lala says a month, 20K for her. All right. What do you want to do with that? When you get that 10K a month or 20K a month, what do you want to do with it? For some of you, let's see, 5,200 a month from 2 mortgage notes. Hmm? And you need at least 500,000 to retire. Okay. Let's see. She says 10K per month, 3,645 that dollars per month. It's a very specific number. Okay. Yes, from the nonprofit and for the passive income, I want to roll it over into my nonprofit and family investments for my children. All right. She says I would love to have passive income of 50K a month, but never ever will she have ever make 50K a month from passive income. So basically, that's what you want, but you never made that before. Okay. Operating expenses and salary for a living. Okay, so you want like assisted living homes. Okay, that's what you want the money for. All right. Nick, what do you want that 50K a month for? What are you gonna do with it? I mean, what you're actually really gonna do with it, not just the nonprofits. You have a dream car, you got a dream house. All right. Says live off 10% while I continue to build up more. Okay, so you have your strategy. Liz says, I would love to help my family and friends create wealth for themselves. All right, so you're going to use your money to help your family and friends create wealth for themselves. How are you going to do that? Going to get them enrolled in General's Eclipse? I know you guys are already inviting friends and family because we had like 2 people that just joined and said they were referred. Says I want to have a savings and I love to travel and see the world. Yes, by sure. Exactly. All right. Awesome, Liz. Shauna says savings that is working. Well, that's what Liz just said, Lakita. So she said that she's going to help her friends and family um, also do the same thing by inviting them into General's Eclipse. And as of last week, we have a friends and family discount. If you are a member of General's Eclipse, you can invite a friend or family for half off the enrollment price. You still pay the $99 a month going forward, but you would get 50% off the enrollment price, the friends and family discount, but you have to be invited by a member, a current active member of General's Eclipse. Okay, so hopefully that answers your question, Lakita. All right, so let's dive into it a bit more on the platform so you guys can see it. I'm trying to get this question off the screen. It's not going off. There it goes. All right, everybody else who has not answered yet, you already put in here how much passive income you want to make a month or a year, and what do you actually want to do with it. It says, I created the friends and family discounts to my family and friends. All right, and make sure when they go to fill out the application, they it is going to ask them who referred them, so they'll need to put your name in there to get the discount. And that doesn't guarantee that they're going to get in either, by the way. They will still have to qualify through the application process, though. Generation to help stable. Okay. So let me know if you guys can see the screen. Reasons. All right, can you guys see it? Let me take the little frame off so you guys can see it without the frame. You guys see the dashboard. Oh, this is the Generals Equipped Private Wealth Operating System. Yes, let me go back up here. Wait, what are the comments? All right, you said I just joined. Okay. Did you just join today? Like, when did you just join? You said you just joined Generals Equipped today or when? You had like 2 people that joined today. Yes, Gugu, I saw you. But you joined a couple of days ago. All right, you said you want 6 to 10K and you want to live comfortably with the amount, with that amount and continue to invest. Okay. Samaj says, yay. All right, awesome. So this is the dashboard that only our students have access to. Yep, and the first section here, basically they're able to put in their cash, their liabilities, and then also whatever other streams of income they have coming in. And then it's going to calculate whatever the net worth is. So they'll be able to manage that from in here. See that? And then this is the section where they're able to come in, put in the information for their trust. So when the trusts are set up, and then when you could just upload it in here and it'll save it. And then it'll put in there too, if it's notarized and everything. And then in your entity management section, once you get your EIN numbers for each trust, you can put them in here. And then I'm gonna scroll down too so you guys can kind of see even this part up here. Living in Dallas says I would love to have passive income of 50K a month. All right. Traveling to Thailand, Africa, England, and Portugal. Trying to go to the section where you guys can kind of see. And then in here, this section has all of the trust documents. And then when you guys go and get your EIN numbers, you'll be able to put those documents in here. All of your tax documents, you can actually put them in here as well. And then once you have your IUL policies, that information will be in here. And then you can also invite your CPA right into your account so that they're able to get everything that they need when it's time for taxes. Yes. So you said you want 10K a month. You want to buy a bigger home, give more to the needy, travel more, and get a new Cadillac truck and an old school vehicle to pull up on Sunday. Wait, you can't pull up in your Cadillac on Sunday? What's wrong with your Cadillac? Why you need an old car to pull up on Sunday? What's wrong with the Cadillac, Nick? You can't pull up to church in your Cadillac? I mean, what you scared they're gonna bring you the basket? Like you got that Cadillac, boy, you better pay that tab. Liz says, I love what's this? It is recording. I will go back and said the Escalade is gonna be an everyday vehicle. Okay. Just not on Sundays. All right. Now I'm just curious why you wouldn't drive it to church on Sundays. All right, so now I'm gonna go to the other part, besides just all of the management part. These are the different pathways. But once you guys graduate from the Wealth with Trust and Perpetuity program, then you can go into these sections over here will unlock depending on the next one that you enroll into. So for those of you who are asking about quantitative trading, yes, you'll be able to unlock this section once you graduate the first program. And then this is the authors program over here. They're trying to get passive income through royalties from that. And then Airbnbs, Freedom Accelerator, you're investing in mortgage notes. And then for those of you that are doing intellectual property, physical products, you're going to have the licensing and inventions section, and then digital products like apps and things will be in this side of the program here. Said I wanted also Chevy Chevelle. Is that how you pronounce it? Okay. That's what you're going to drive to church? You're going to leave your Escalade at home? Can you please unlock the social media? All right. So you want us to show everybody the AI agents. They want us to show you guys the AI agents, guys. All right. So your AI powered family office and business operations team. So there's a team of 12 AI agents. Yes, to help our generals equipped students meet the goals that they have, right? So if they say, hey, my goal, I want to have, I don't know, $50,000 a month in passive income, like Nick says, you can put that goal in here and they will actually write you a structured plan to help you deploy the assets that you currently have coming in, the money that you currently have coming in as you're working towards that goal. All right, so these are the 5 different departments. So we have the funding center, marketing department, growth department, operations. So we're going to start first in the funding. All right, so here we have 2 employees that are working for our generals equipped students. We have Charity, who is the grant strategist, and Nathan, who is the grant writer. So on the, but and it's not just on the passive income, not the passive income, the nonprofit side, they can get you grants both for the business and for your nonprofit. So those are the 2 agents that are working in this department. And then we have Abigail, who's the third one. She's the donor development agent, and she's the one that helps you write your campaigns and create a whole pipeline and track everything as you're reaching out to different donors and to different potential sponsors and are applying for grants. So she does the full donor development pipeline and structures all of that for you. And then Charity, the grant strategist, she matches you, your organization to or business to the different grant opportunities that are the best fit. And then she builds a pipeline and tracks all of the deadlines and everything for that. And then Nathan, your grant writer, he's the one that's going to be writing the grant proposals, all of the narratives, helping you with your logic models, your impact statements, and then actually structuring everything into measurable objectives and helping you budget your grants once you actually start getting qualified for those. And then, so those are the three agents that's in the funding department. And then the next department that we have is the marketing center. This is the one that you guys are asking me to show them. Yes, I will. Abigail be able to get you DAF. Absolutely. Yes. So your websites will be able to receive donor from a donor advice funds. Absolutely. Marketing department, we have Joshua, who is the Google Ad Grants manager. So you guys know once students get qualified for that $10,000 a month Google Ad Grant, they will be able to connect their ad account into here. And Joshua, who's the Google Ad Grant Manager, will be able to create all of their ad copies, schedule out the campaigns, even do the keyword research and all of that, when he's creating the ads and do that. And then Naomi, she is a social media manager. So she's going to post like the regular everyday content and create the posts, repurpose blogs, videos, transcripts, and then she would do the campaigns and structure everything out for you. Naomi's going to do that, and then Joshua will manage the Google Ad Grant. That $10,000 a month that's coming in. I told you guys there's like companies out there that will charge you $800-900 a month just to manage the Google Ad Grant. That does not include the ad spend. You're still paying that on top of that. And then you have Ezra, who is the SEO blog writer. He's going to be researching keywords and topics and building outlines to write like long form SEO articles and contents that will create backlinks back to your website. I'm just going to do it with metadata and internal links. So those are the three agents that are in the marketing department. Shauna, have you had the chance to actually test out some of your agents yet? It sounds like you have. All right. And then the next one, we've already looked at the funding department and the marketing department. Now let's look at the growth center. In here we have Caleb, who is going to be your sponsorship and sales agent. So he's going to be doing all of your outreach as far as like for emails and LinkedIn campaigns. So he'll actually be reaching out to different people on LinkedIn on your behalf, connect, because basically it's going to link to your LinkedIn account, and then he will be able to partner with, well, not partner, connect with people and then start sending messages to them. And then also after he's messaged them, then he'll follow up with an email. So that's what Caleb is going to be doing. And he's also going to work as a sales agent as well. And he's also going to be looking for sponsors that will be able to sponsor your nonprofits so you can get sponsorships and some of those and be able to even get like what you were asking about earlier with the DAF grants. All right, so we've only looked at 3 departments so far. So Caleb is the only one that's in the growth center because he's the sponsorship and sales agent. And then next department after that is going to be the operations center. This is an important department because this is where all of your a lot of your outreach and intake is going to happen once somebody finds out about your business or your nonprofit. So in the operations center, we have 3 AI agents. Celeste is the executive assistant. She's going to manage any tasks for you that you give her. She can prepare meetings and agendas and summaries for your meetings for you, draft emails and correspondence from the meetings. She can do that. Grace is going to be your AI receptionist. So she's the one that's actually going to answer your calls, um, answer questions, and she's going to be able to pull from the knowledge base from your FAQs to be able to answer calls and answer questions for you. Okay? And then she'll be able to qualify the leads on the phone for you and take messages if she needs to, or she can route the call to another agent if you have like a salesperson and you want to send the call to your internal team. She can be programmed to do that as well. No, Celeste, I did not call you. I was introducing Celeste, the executive assistant, AI assistant. I don't know why she's named after you, but you have an AI namesake. All right, so Joseph is the finance and budget assistant. He look you guys can see they have like their little personalities and everything underneath it. That tells you their personalities. Um, so he's gonna be doing your cash need forecasting. For example, if you come in here and you say, "Hey, I want to have $50,000 a month in passive income coming in," but currently you make 25K a year, right? So he's going to help you figure out what are some things that you can do to increase the income that you have coming in, um, you know, so that you can be able to reach your goals in a timely manner, right? So it's not taking forever to get to your goals. So he's going to be doing forecasting for that. And then for those of you who have your nonprofits, also, helping you to forecast for your annual budget. And then they kind of all work together too. So, like, if he is recommending something, but your social media team needs to implement that to reach that goal, they can work together. He's going to help you with your grant tracking, donation expenses, and revenue tracking as well. He's going to help you kind of organize all of the financial stuff. And he is the third agent in the operations center. You have your executive assistant, your receptionist, and then your finance and budget assistant. And then you're so funny, Celeste. And then after that, we're gonna go back to the AI agent uh, departments. I think we already went through 4 of the departments, and then the last department is your governance center. And here we have 2 agents. You have Solomon, who is your legal assistant. So he will help you if you need to write up any contracts. Maybe if you're doing a JV or something and you need a contract for that, NDAs, or just contracts maybe for people joining your community or whatever it is that you're doing. He can help you write your contracts, your terms, and privacy policies and things that you need drafted for your websites. He can help you with that. And then you have Deborah, who is your compliance and governance assistant. So she's going to remind you when it's time to do your board meetings for your trust. If you have any documents that are expiring or anything like that, she'll be giving you reminders on that. Any annual reports that need to be filed, she'll be staying on top of those and sending you notifications and reminders for those. Okay. So essentially, that's the full 12 AI agent team. Actually, that was 11. This is Esther. She's the chief of staff, and all of the AI agents report to her. So if let's say if you, yep, here's an example in here. So it says, let's say if you tell Esther and you say, hey, I need to raise 100,000 over the next 6 months. she will take what you've done and then she will basically delegate to all of the different agents and assign it to the different agents in the workforce so they can do their part to help you reach that goal. Okay. So yeah, so she is our chief of staff, Miss Esther. So Esther is everywhere. Like everywhere you look, you'll see her like down here in the corner. Every screen that you're on, you'll see her on there to answer your questions. But that's pretty much it for all of the agents. And then, of course, there's more details in here than I can show you guys, but some of the stuff only those that are in Generals Equipped, will be able to access and see. Um, so now, yes, or I see there's some questions coming up in here. Let me answer your question. So it says some of other companies may model what you're doing. This is our now movement. Yes, 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 yes. But I'm just excited about all of the money too that you guys will save using this because even from when we started using the private wealth operating system, we were able to get rid of FreshBooks. We're paying $90 a month for that just to take payments. Now it's all built in into one platform. There was another software that we were using. I'm trying to remember the name of it, where you could like schedule out all of your social media posts, and then it'll send it for you. And that one I think was like $40 a month. Then we were paying for JotForm for all of our forms. That I think that subscription was maybe like another 40 to $60 a month, depending on which plan you had. And that was just to have forms, right? Like if somebody's applying to Generals Equipped or whatever, just that application form to be able to have the forms. And that was another $40 a month for that. Then there was another software that we were paying for to be able to send out like the emails and the text reminders after somebody signs up. Like it would automatically send them the email. And that's another thing. Even we had another software that we were using to do the automations. So let's say after somebody puts in their application and you want the AI agent to automatically qualify them, right, to determine whether they are, going to be accepted or declined. So that's automation that had to be built in. There's another software we're using for that we're able to let go of. That was another $59 a month of software that we could get rid of because it's all built into this platform. And then another software too that we were using, that there was another management software that we're using for like the trust management, like a secure portal for them to be able to keep all of their trust documents and important documents and have a document vault. That that one, I don't know if I think it was called Locus or something like that. It was I think $40 a month for that we were paying for that. Um, yeah, and I'm pretty sure there's many more softwares. Oh, the other software too, the one that we're using right now to host even the classes. So like when they join and they go into the dashboard where they can watch the videos, like to follow along with, right, to know how to get their EIN number, all of that stuff. So the kind of like the software that people use like for courses, that hosts like all of your videos and your learning, that getting rid of that as well because all of that's built into here now that they can go in and actually watch the video. And then, yeah, another one, the CRM that we were using for tracking like the members, like being able to see when someone has applied, where they are in the queue, right? Um, Being able to see that and just track that and track all of their movements within the platform. That we're able to get rid of as well because that's also built into the platform. And yeah, and this is just, of course, the beginning of it because there's just so many other things um, that we can actually build into here. So, gosh, you're so funny. So this is just an example, guys. So yes, and I can't think of some of the other softwares, but I know there was some more. Oh, there's also just the back end software, which is a lot of the other stuff that we were using for in our CRM. kind of like how, like if you have a lead that comes in and you can like put them in like the different phases. Okay, this lead just came in. They've been somebody has called them versus they did respond, they didn't respond. Just that whole system that's also built into here, so we can see where people are in the process as outreach is happening by the agents as well. So even the CRM that we're using, we're able to get rid of that because that's also built into the platform. All right. So just that alone, if you have a business, just using this alone is going to save you so many from having to use so many different softwares. And we're getting rid of more and more softwares every day as we kind of transition fully over to here. Okay. So I'm going to put this on pause for a little bit. I've been talking a lot. Let me give you guys a chance to ask your questions. I know there were a couple of questions up here. You said you uploaded your trust. Okay. Awesome. Liz, you've already dived into this, right? Who else has Shauna? Yeah. Oh, and that's another one. That's another software that we're using for the AI agents. That one can go too. Because now they're all built into here. Yep, that's another, I don't know, 50 some dollars a month. Mm-hmm. But we need to integrate social media. Yes, so you will need to integrate your social media for the social media manager. I'm trying to remember what was the social media manager's name. You will need to integrate. So you basically just go in there and click connect. That part actually is we're finishing up today for you to be able to click the connect, and then you can connect your LinkedIn account, connect your YouTube, or and your other social media platforms. I think if you do up to 5 of them. Kingdom Minded Investor says, can we use our agents for marketing? Absolutely. That's why you have a full marketing department um, down here. I believe that one had what, 3 agents in it. Let me go back down to the marketing department. Here's your marketing department. So yes, you have the Google Ad Grant Manager who's actually going to be running your ads, um, creating the ads and running the ads, of course, doing the keyword research and all of that first before creating the ads, then running them for you. And then you have your social media manager. So yes, you can use your AI agents for marketing. Your social media manager can actually create the post, not just you put it in there. Even the software that we were using before, it didn't even create the post. Like we had to create the post and then put it in the software, and then schedule it out for 30 days, and then it would post it for 30 days. And here, Naomi is going to create the post and schedule it for you, put the hashtags and everything in there, and post them for you. So it actually includes the creation of the posts as well. And then you have Ezra, who is your SEO and blog writer. And then don't forget in the operations department, you also have um, the guy who's going to be doing all of your outreach, and that's Caleb. All right, and he's going to be doing, if you're going to be connecting your LinkedIn account, and then he's going to find you sponsors on LinkedIn, connect with people, send them messages, and then also do email outreach in addition to that. So he's also going to be working along with the marketing department. So he's going to be more so in the sales department, and then you have the agents in the marketing that'll be working together. You like the names. That's funny. All right. Then, of course, there's your operations, the ones who will be answering your calls for you. And then your executive assistant. Your executive assistant, she can do a lot more than what's on here, right? Because there's something that you need, if you need her to write up something for you or prepare something for you or design a document for you, she can do that as well. All right. But yes, to whoever asked that, absolutely. So Shauna and Liz and whoever else in here that is in Generals Equipped, since you guys have been using it so far, any questions on anything that you have been doing in here so far with your agents? Mm, And then for everyone else that's on here, now if you're not in Generals Equipped, no, you can only use the dashboard. Um, well, the private wealth operating system if you are a member of Generals Equipped. It's not open to non-members. Oh, okay. You added your salon? Okay. So you're gonna start marketing that, Shauna? That's exciting. Said bye bye chatbot. Sam says for the bank accounts, will we need to update manually or do we connect our accounts? Remember, you already have an accounting software that you're going to be using if you're in Generals Equipped. Remember, there's already a software that we have, and I'm not going to tell everybody the name of it, but you guys should already know it, Shauna. So we're still going to be using that, right? Because that's where you're going to be tracking all of your all of your transactions, especially. And then, of course, there's the other software too, GEMS, that you're going to be using for the grants to track your grants. But you're going to keep using the accounting software that you're using and the other one for the grants for now. Eventually, we'll bring the grant one into this, but for your donations, to collect your donations, you're still going to be using what you're using for that. And then for your accounting, you'll still be using those. I'm keeping that separate just because there is just another level of just security that goes with those platforms, and they already have, the cybersecurity in place for what they do and for, that platform. So you'll keep using what you're using for your donations and what you're using for your accounting. But the great thing is you can, at the end of the year, just go in there and download what you need and upload it into here, into your document vault. And you can invite your CPA into here and they can see everything that they need. hmm But great question though. And then for those of you who are on here, like, what is Generals Equipped? Um, go to patienceneedfinance.com and watch the Tree of Wealth Blueprint training. And by the time you get to the end of that training, you will understand what Generals Equipped is and what we do. Liz says she's been using it. She says, I love how easy it is. And when you have completed the step, the next pathways will open up. Thank you. I love the review. I'm going to put it up here on the screen so they can see it. She says, I love it. Tax time is coming up and this makes it so much easier. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Next question is, and I'm just going to stop sharing this part so I can just kind of open it up for your questions. This is our review. Questions are popping in here kind of fast. All right. She says, she's talking about taxes. Yes. And you guys already have um, our partner CPA in there. You wanted to go ahead and schedule your tax planning session with him. He's already in the Generous Equip dashboard. Mm-mm. It should be under like the recommended partners section. Mm-mm. Mhm. Yeah, so your bank accounts will not be directly connected to this platform. It's going to be connected to the platform that you guys are using for your accounting. Mhm. Mhm. All right, let me go back up here. So this is where you guys would go. Let me go back to the website here. Mm, Make sure your questions are going in the chat so I can be able to answer it from there. And they do have some nice names. That's why I was telling Celeste, like, I did not tell it to name the executive assistant Celeste. Like, it just naturally named the executive assistant Celeste. And it's ironic that we already have an executive assistant, real person named Celeste. Um, but for those of you who are, let me go back in here and turn this, put this up, and then I can come back in here so you guys can see me. So the websites are right here around the screen that you'll be going to. If you have already watched the Tree of Wealth Blueprint, but you have not applied to join Generals Equipped, you can just go to this website here, patienceandfinance.com, and then just click request an invitation. Um, said our system is an underground rule. All right. Says I love how Money is engaging in business topics. This is awesome. I do love the spiritual questions. Nice. Yeah. So yes, Wednesdays are supposed to be for the spiritual questions, Wisdom Wednesdays, and then Mondays we're supposed to talk about just finance and business stuff. But I really want you guys to everything that you put in the chat actually write it down. Okay, go back and calculate. Remember how much money you've made so far, all of the years that you've been working. Write down your goals as far as how much passive income you want coming in, what you actually want to do with that money. They don't just say it on here and then forget about it. Like actually go write it down. hmm I know it says in the chat to join Generals Equip. No, that's just to watch the video because remember, this is a private wealth club, so it's not open to the public. But if you feel like you would be a good fit, you can apply. And if you meet the requirements, then you would receive an invitation. If not, then you would receive another email. Okay, so when you go to patienceandfinance.com, you're going to be watching the Tree of Wealth Blueprint training. That's the training that you need to watch. And actually, I can just share the screen here so you guys can see it. Mm, Let me remove this little thing here. Okay, so when you go to the website, patiencedean.com, this is what it's going to look like. And then you're going to go and watch. And this just kind of tells you about the Fortress ecosystem. And you can watch this video if you want to, but for the most part, this is the one down here, the Tree of Wealth Blueprint. This is the video that you'll need to watch. It's going to ask you to register, which is free to register, and then you can watch it. And then it goes into detail as to the entire blueprint of what we use in Generals Equipped. And you can find this on pretty much all of my websites, the Tree of Wealth Blueprint. So if you're on my other website, it's Patience Dean Finance, .com. And that one is going to look like this. And it goes into details as to the different programs that's offered in Generals Equipped. So this one is patientsneedfinance.com. And then here is that video, Tree of Wealth Blueprints. So you can watch it, and here you register for it, and then you'll receive an email with the link to watch it. Okay. So pretty much it's on all of the websites. So whichever one you go to, just go to the Tree of Wealth Blueprint video. And if you've already gone through the Tree of Wealth Blueprint training, you can just click here, any of these buttons that say request and invitation. Oh, yes, absolutely. That's right, Liz. Hint, hint, hint. Write it down. Absolutely. Grace said, I'm putting my money together for Generals Equipped. I did watch the video. All right, awesome. Awesome, awesome. And we do have the 2-pay option now. So for those of you who were on here when the price went up to $12.97, you can split that into 2 payments. Okay. Yes. And if you are trying to come in with a group, if you're already a member, then you can invite a friend or family member for 50% off the enrollment cost. The monthly $99 a month will still be the same. Oh, wait a minute. I think there's another question here. Shauna, yeah. So for those of you who are in Generals Equipped, I do want you guys, as you are going through the platform and using it, post in the WhatsApp chat, right? If there's something that you see that actually I'm trying to see. Celeste, do you have access to the WhatsApp chat for Generals Equipped? Or I'm trying to see, maybe you guys should just text it to Celeste. So if you're working on something in there and you are like, you know, this would be a little bit better maybe if it has this feature or if it had that. Send those to Celeste because she has like a database of just any extra ideas that she can plug it into, and we can look at different ways to make it better and better for you guys. So keep that in mind. If you're using the platform and have any ideas or something, send those to Celeste in a text one, and then she can put it in there, and then we can kind of go back through and see which ones make sense to build into it. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. She says the cost to join absolutely is worth it. Eventually, of course, it's gonna more than pay for itself 100 times over. Yes. Yep. Thanks for putting that in there, Celeste. Absolutely. Private invitation only. But you can go to patientsneedfinance.com or patientsneed.com and you can request an invitation. She says, my 2 sisters wanted to know if we can come in together as a group. Do you have a package? So that's what I'm saying. So once you are a Generals Equipped member, you can utilize the friends and family discount, and you can bring in a friend or family member for 50% off the enrollment price, but you already have to be a member. So essentially how I would do that is you join first and then let your two sisters come in with the friends and family discount so they can get 50% off their enrollment price. So instead of $12.97, it would be $648.50 for each of them to come in, but you would need to come in at your full price and already be a member first. Okay, so yes, essentially you'd be saving for the three of you to come in, you'd be saving $12.97 essentially, because two of them will be getting half off, and then you'd be coming in full price. Eunice says, how much is it required capital to participate in the fundraising after the initial join? So, great question. So once you join the Journals Equip program, essentially you have to graduate first. And then once you have graduated and you have all of your structures in place, the trusts are in place, you have money coming in from your nonprofit and your business, then you're ready to graduate and go into one of the passive income options. So yeah, and it would be that too for the quant trading. So that's why I said, go back and watch the Tree of Wealth Blueprint training. It explains all of that in detail as far as the passive income opportunities and how that works. Okay? Because all of the other passive income trainings, they have their own enrollment costs, but you don't even get to those until you're done with the basics first. So you have to graduate Wealth with Trust and Perpetuity first. Now, if you do have capital that you want to deploy right now, let's say you have money sitting in a 401k or a Roth IRA or something, you can do our done for you note acquisition service. If you want to invest in the mortgage notes, you don't necessarily have to be in that program to utilize that service. So you can still, roll those funds over into our self-directed IRA and, get your mortgage notes, even if you're not in that program yet. That's a good question. Kinematic Adventure says, how long is the 50% off on the friends and family discount going to last? I don't know yet. We have it right now, but I don't know how long it's going to last. Okay. So time is of the essence. Okay, capitalize on it while it lasts. Okay, so Gracie, go tell your two sisters, the three of y'all can come in. You have to come first. Come in first at full price. And then they can get their 50% off each. But when they, after you apply, I pray that you get accepted and you're accepted and you join, then they would also have to apply. And then when they go to apply, they will need to put your name in there as the who referred them to be able to get that 50% off. Okay. Yeah, but other than that, we're getting ready to wrap it up for tonight. Eunice, like I said, if you have not already, watch the Tree of Wealth Blueprint training, and then that'll give you all of those details, and you can watch it on either one of the websites, patiencedean.com or patiencedeanfinance.com. Doesn't matter. And then if you guys are like, hey, where do I go? Or you forget something, you can always send a text to our tech support number, which is 757-304-6093. It's up here too. I think it's right up here on the top of the screen as well. So the tech support number is right here. You should be able to see it. And that's the tech support number. So if you ever forget something or like, hey, where do I go to apply or whatever, you can always send a text to tech support and they can send you the direct link. Okay. But websites are pretty easy to remember, patiencedean.com or patiencedeanfinance.com. Either one, you can watch the video there, the training there. Other than that, we are getting ready to wrap it up for tonight. Let me move this so I can see you guys. Yes. And for those of you who've already invited your friends and family members, thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing. Appreciate that. All right, any other questions, comments before we wrap it up for tonight? She said she already love the system because so far it's pretty straightforward. Yeah, it's pretty easy. Even our entire onboarding process is so much simpler now. So much simpler. It's literally just like step by step by step. No more using Google Docs and this other thing and that other thing. It's all in one place. Mm, All right, so I'm going to put this announcement up on the screen. Thank you for putting it in there again. He says update. You can now split. Yes, so when you're joining, all right, so yeah, that is another thing I didn't think about. So Grace, if you are going to be joining with the two pay, you're going to have to finish paying in full before your friends and family can use the 50% discount. So I didn't, thank you for putting that in there. So if you join and you make the full payment and you do the one pay, then you can immediately use the 50% off for the friends and family. But if you're doing the two pay option, like let's say if you're splitting that 1297 into two payments, after you've made the second payment, then you can use the 50% off for the friends and family. So let's clarify that. Mm, But yes, we do have a two pay option now. So you can split that up into two payments. And then yes, this is the tech support number. It's also right here on the top, somewhere on this side of the screen right there. Right. But other than that, um, she says, I'm confident I'll be accepted. You see, this is now on start working. Yes, yes, ma'am. Is this your actual name? I'll look for your application when you apply. The name that you have here in your YouTube, your is this your actual name that I would be looking for in the application? Is it actually Grace? Because I know sometimes you guys have other names on here. So let me know. Great. Okay, perfect. All right, so let's take a note of that. So we'll look for her name in the application. You can grab that out of the chat. That'd be great. All right, perfect. Let's see. All right, so other than that, we will wrap it up for tonight. And if you, those of you who are just joining, kind of go back to um, the beginning and watch. But for those of you who are already using the platform and you are excited about it, don't forget to send those recommendations into Celeste for different ways that we can make it better and just make it more streamlined. But I'm going to leave with this up on the screen and then we'll get ready to wrap it up. Good night, everyone. Celeste, were you able to grab her name? And we're looking forward to seeing you on the inside, Miss Grace, along with your two sisters. She said, the Lord told you my husband is coming soon. And when he will. Well, as of right now, this is the name that you have in here. Whenever your husband comes and it's changed, we'll get around to that. But good night. Thank you, Celeste. Thanks for grabbing that. Good night, good night, good night, everyone. Those of you who are in the class, I will see you guys in class.
Patience Dean has had multiple encounters with the supernatural, including a visit to heaven where she saw that all of us have a book, and within each book are all of the plans for our lives. She saw that most people are not living their books. So many kingdom businesses, books, and inventions are being stagnated by the enemy. In Patience's powerful encounters with God, she found the place where business and the supernatural converges. Now she wants to teach you how to overcome every strategy of the enemy, to launch that business, write that book, or get patent pending on that brilliant idea. Do you feel out of purpose, as if losing the battle against time? Are the promises of God stagnant in your life? Do you feel a tug from God to start a business? Stop fighting alone and call Patience Dean Studios now. Let us help you break through to live the abundant life that is already written for you.